Coming to you from Annapolis, Maryland, home of the U.S. Naval Academy, the sailing capital of the world, home of the world's largest crab feast, and 4 signers of the Declaration of Independence. This is the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief, a daily roundup of local news that you can use, including local sports, local events, local opinion, and local weather from DMV Weather. Now here's your host, publisher of Eye on Annapolis, John Frenaye.
Good morning. It is Wednesday, January 24th. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. A 15-year-old student opened fire with a handgun inside a rural Kentucky high school yesterday, killing 2 classmates and injuring 17 others, sending hundreds fleeing for safety. Police did not release any identities, nor did they describe any motive. However, they are looking into the shooter's home and background. Students ran for their lives as the student began shooting inside an atrium just before morning classes would have begun at Marshall County High School. Many jumped into cars or ran down the highway, some not stopping until they reached a McDonald's restaurant nearly more than a mile away. There will be more information coming out on that as the week progresses. If you live in Maryland and you rented out an Airbnb, you shared a bit of a $42 million windfall. Between January and December of 2017, residents of Maryland made $42.2 million by sharing their homes with tourists, interns, business travelers, and people just looking to stay someplace else. Statewide statistics show that a total of 265,000 Airbnb guest arrivals occurred across the state. Approximately 5,500 Maryland families hosted at least one Airbnb guest. The typical host shared their home a remarkable 51 nights. That sounds an awful lot to me, and earned $5,600 in additional income, and 58% of the Airbnb hosts in Maryland are women. How did Annapolis fare? There were 23,100 guest arrivals, resulting in $3.8 million in host income for residents of Annapolis. Maryland Live, or Live ! As it's now known, is hiring. They're looking to hire 500 new employees to fill jobs at its soon-to-be-opened 17-story hotel and event center. The Cordish companies which run the casino and hotel are looking for administrative, front desk, entertainment, food and beverage, retail, security, and much, much more. Full and part-time positions are available. And to ramp up the hiring efforts, the casino has opened a job center inside the Arundel Mills Mall where recruiters will offer resume services and on-site interviews. The hours for the job center are Sundays from noon to 4, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9 to 4, and Thursdays from 8 to 8, along with Saturdays from 8 to 4 p.m. If you're looking for a job, head up to Arundel Mills Mall. If you're downtown Annapolis, keep your eye open for a bunch of stuff that's happening. Main Street construction is going to start today, and this is the stubbing out of sprinkler lines into the buildings on Main Street. It shouldn't be too disruptive. They're going to start at the top of Main Street and work their way down. They claim it will not be disruptive. We will see. There was also a larger Main Street rebricking project, which was to follow the sprinkler stub project, and that has been put on hold until the new mayor can take a look at the project to consider alternative designs, cost savings, and possibly looking at putting off construction so it does not affect any prime summer months. There's a big proposal for Dock Street development. There's a proposal to redevelop Dock Street with a hotel, potentially the Sailing Hall of Fame if they don't leave, condos, restaurants, and underground parking, along with newly designed open space. They're going to have a design workshop on January 27th at 9 a.m. at Buddy's Crabs and Ribs right at downtown Annapolis. So you can ask your questions, you can see the plans for the project, and figure out what downtown Annapolis may look like. I can tell you what Annapolis won't look like in the future. It won't look like it has a Lord & Taylor. Lord & Taylor in the mall is closing April 15th, and now everything is 30 to 40% off. And rumor has it that the Lord & Taylor will be replaced with a Dave & Buster's. J. Crew in the mall is also closing on January 27th. Brookstone in the mall is closing very shortly. I don't have an exact date on that, but they also joined Jerry's Subs on Bay Ridge Road, which closed a couple weeks ago, as well as the Subway shop at Park Place. I guess this is just an answer to the changing consumer attitudes, the way we shop and the way we eat. Well, it may change the way we eat and shop, but it doesn't change the way we like to watch our movies. The Oscar nominations are in. The Best Picture Call Me By Your Name, Darkest Hour, Dunkirk, Get Out, Lady Bird, Phantom Thread, The Post, The Shape of Water, Three Billboards Outside of Ebbing, Missouri are the contenders for Best Picture. For Best Actress, you're looking at Sally Hawkins in The Shape of Water, Frances McDormand in Three Billboards Outside of Ebbing, Missouri, Margot Robbie in I, Tonya, Saoirse Ronan in Lady Bird, Meryl Streep in The Post. For Best Actor, Timothée Chalamet in Call Me By Your Name, Daniel Day-Lewis in Phantom Thread, Daniel Kaluuya, Get Out, Gary Oldman, Darkest Hour, and Denzel Washington, Roman J. Israel, Esquire. Now, the Oscars this year have two local connections. Tim and Trevor White, local Annapolis residents, and actually the sons of Patty White, who is the founder of the Annapolis Film Festival, were executive producers on The Post. And up for an Oscar, but not in one of the big categories, but super important nonetheless, is Kurt Riegel's daughter, and Kurt ran for alderman in Ward 2. His daughter, Tatiana Riegel, is up for Best Film Editing for I, Tonya. So there, Annapolis goes to the Oscars. That's about it for the news, and now Annapolis is going to go to the weather with George Young with DMV Weather and Kevin Chaney from ShellBack Sports with all of your local sports. Hang tight.
I'm Sean O'Neill, your local RBC Wealth Management Advisor. When you choose to work with me, you'll have access to a worldwide network of financial products and services only available from a leading global institution. RBC's international reputation for physical strength and stability, world-class capabilities, and corporate values is unique in the financial services industry. I also recognize the importance of reinvesting in the communities in which we live and work, and I'm committed to serving my clients by building long-term relationships based on trust, integrity, and confidence. I look forward to helping you with your wealth management needs. Call me, Sean O'Neill, today at 410-573-6723 for a complimentary consultation.
RBC Wealth Management, a division of RBC Capital Markets, LLC. Member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC. This is Maryland. The weather can be nearly unpredictable. We've got George Young from DMV Weather in Annapolis to sort it all out.
Hey everyone, this is George from DMV Weather with your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief forecast for Wednesday, January 24th. So it was another day of 50s and 60s yesterday across the Annapolis region, along with the showers and storms that moved through ahead of a cold front later in the afternoon. And now today our temps will move back down to a more seasonally average reading in the 40 to 45 degree range, and they'll stay that way through Friday, with lows getting back down into the 20s for at least the next couple of nights. So while it remains a bit breezy across Annapolis and all of Anne Arundel County today, it'll be fairly quiet and relatively normal for a few days, although we will likely see more 50s by Saturday before more rain and another cold front on Sunday cools us off again just in time for next week. Okay, that's it for us today. Make sure you download our free weather app in the Apple App Store or Google Play Store on all of your devices by searching for DCMDVA Weather, and also follow us on our website at dmvweather.com or on Twitter or Facebook so you can always stay weather informed. This is George Young of DMV Weather with your Annapolis forecast. Enjoy these next 3 or 4 days of perfectly normal and fairly quiet late January weather conditions in and around the Maryland state capital of Annapolis. But remember, whatever the weather outside, have fun and be safe.
Do you have an Amazon Echo? You know, the Hey Alexa gadget in your house. Well, she just became more efficient and more helpful with the addition of the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. You can enable the skill in the app by searching for Eye on Annapolis or Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief, and then simply say, Alexa, play Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Whenever you want to hear the latest local news, local sports, local events, and local weather, she's right there for you. You can even add it to your flash brief and get your world, national, regional, and now local news read to you while you're in the shower. But if that's how you use Alexa, well, let's just keep that between us. Give it a shot and check it out.
I'm Sean O'Neill, your local RBC Wealth Management Advisor. More than likely, the primary reason you save and invest is to achieve your life goals while ensuring your long-term financial well-being. But before you can determine your preparedness towards your goals, you need long-term answers to important questions about how much money you need, where it will come from, and how long it will last. RBC Wealth Plan, a new industry-leading tool, is now available to help answer these questions and develop your personal plan using a conversational approach. With RBC Wealth Plan, we can create a personal analysis based on these unique goals while offering you the ability to weigh certain decisions and determine what's best for you and your family. Call me, Sean O'Neill, today at 410-573-6723 for a complimentary consultation.
RBC Wealth Management, a division of RBC Capital Markets, LLC. Member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC. If you're looking for local sports, it's right here, right now on the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief.
Hey guys, Kevin here from ShellBack Sports, giving you your county sports update, starting with boys varsity basketball, where Meade beat Severna Park 56-42. North County was at Southern. Southern prevailed 61-49, and Chesapeake was at Broadneck. Broadneck won 52-41. Over to girls varsity basketball, Broadneck was at Chesapeake. Chesapeake won 54-41. In college basketball action, the Maryland Terrapins fell to the Indiana Hoosiers 68-71. The loss puts them at a combined record of 15-7, but knocks them to a losing record of 4-5 in the conference. Maryland is gearing up to play Michigan State on Sunday to redeem a 30-point loss earlier in the season. Maryland will play the Michigan State Spartans this Sunday night. That's all I got for you. Make sure you're following along on Facebook at ShellBack Sports, and you're following me on Twitter at KChaney Sports.
Thanks for listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. If you like what you heard, make sure to tell your friends and colleagues about it. And also tell them about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find much more. Be sure to check out our other weekly podcast, The Maryland Crabs. This podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.